Hi friends, Prepared Suburbanite here. Just wanted to bring you all up to date on some of the progress that we've made at our bug out location, erecting our storage shed, which is soon to be the place where we're going to have to stay if the shit hits the fan. It's occurred to me that the place needs a name. The Cartwrights had their place called the Ponderosa. George Washington had his place called Mount Vernon. Thomas Jefferson called his Monticello. Donald Trump calls his Mar-A-Lago. I need a name for my bug out location, and what I've decided to do will follow in the next segment of our bug out location update. So stick with us. The week's been really busy. We headed up to the bug out location first thing Monday morning. Took my son with us, who you all know is going through radiation, has finished his radiation therapy and is now in a period of chemotherapy, which is double dose, knocks him right on his butt. But he comes along with us to provide moral support and supervision because he's really the only adult supervision that my wife and I get. We went up on Monday and decided that we were going to try, just my wife and myself with my son supervising, to erect the roof trusses by ourselves. Now, I built the roof trusses here at the homestead in town, pre-cut everything, pre-assembled everything on site, and got the roof trusses laid out so that they're going to fit. It's going to be a barn roof style, comes up like this and then in like this, so it comes, you know, it's going to look like a barn. We decided that the two of us, and I've got a little experience doing carpentry work years and years ago before I got into wearing a business suit every day. But I can remember how to swing a hammer, and I can remember how to do 16-inch stud layouts and those kinds of things. I'm not certainly an expert and don't profess to be, and this is not a how-to video on how to build a storage shed at your bug out location, but I wanted you to come along with us on the ride because I think it's really important to understand that with the right amount of determination, the right amount of research and skill, that you can actually accomplish a ton more than you think you really can. My wife and I started, I got things laid out, got the markers all laid out on the top sill of the walls, and we started carrying in the roof trusses. Got one side up, jimmied up, got the other side up, toenailed things in, used a drill driver to put a couple of screws in just to make sure that we could hold it steady. Got 3 or 4, actually we finished with 5 courses, 5 of the roof trusses in place. Got a stringer across it so that they didn't wobble back and forth on both sides. So we got about half of it done on Monday. When you get to be my age, working for that hard for that long a period of time, we knocked off about 3 o'clock. That was a good day's work for the two of us. Just as we were wrapping up and putting things away for the day and getting ready to head back, Mac the Marine, who lives down the road, decided to stop in and say hi, and we chatted with him for probably an hour about all the local goings-on in the neighborhood and what's happening here and what's going on there and all the politics and all that. Had a real good reconnection with Mac, who's our best neighbor down the street, down the road, and wrapped up for the day, came back. You'll be able to see as I'm talking up here in the corner. I'm going to put the scan of the video where we've actually got the first half of it done. Then we had to take a couple days off to do things here around the house. Got our garden planted, got the tomatoes in, got the leafy vegetables, the carrots and the lettuce and the radishes and those kinds of things all planted during the week. And we went back up on Thursday this week, and the two of us, my son stayed back here at the house garden things, and we, the two of us went up and finished the last 5 roof trusses, got them all in place. I don't know what I did, but I measured the left-hand side of the shed wall a little bit off, and when I got almost to the end, I decided, hey, I'm going to double check, and I realized that I had broken the cardinal rule of carpentry: measure twice, cut once. Well, I only measured once, and I was off by the thickness of the 2x4, and it just kept getting worse as I went down the wall. So I had to pull nails, move the studs over, move the studs over, move the studs over, and finally got all 10 of them lined up the way they were supposed to be. So we've got it level, we've got it plumb, we've got it square, and we've got all 10 up. We got the braces put in place, we got the cross pieces put in place. So the next time we get together, going to have the work party, hopefully, to be able to get the plywood sheeting up on the roof, get that done, get it under tar paper, and then we'll start putting the roof shingles on from that point forward. As I said in the beginning, we decided that we really needed a name for our bug out location. All the famous people have fancy names for their getaway locations, and you know, we got to have one too. So I decided, after a lot of conversations with my wife, whether we were going to use something like Ponderosa or Monticello or something like that, we decided it's going to be Nowhere. So when people ask, well, what are you going to do when the shit hits the fan? Where are you going to go? Nowhere. That's where I'm going to go. Going to go nowhere. This is the Prepared Suburbanite, reminding you to be prepared always, and I'm out for now.